Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Riven. I am your host, MeleeWizard, and first thing... let's see. Aha, there is an opening on this. Oh. Huh. This is a linking book. One that appears to be non-functional, but still. That's quite interesting, actually. Alright, so where was that one? Aha. So let's see what information we can glean out of this. The latest ink formulation has proven a failure. Even when writing in my most promising books, I obtain only the barest glimmer of a connection. It is frustrating to expend so much effort crafting a blank book, only to end up destroying it when it doesn't work. There are days when the lab is uncomfortably warm from the flames of these failed attempts. The further I refine each element, the formulations of the inks and papers, the physical dimensions of the books, the more I realize that the list of potential combinations is nearly infinite. It is during moments like these that I despair. Without access to Dunny, my long-term goals may never be accomplished. Nevertheless, there are avenues of research which remain to be explored. I am discontinuing regular observations of the stars beneath the fissure. Although I've been able to track the dark cloud-like formations that migrate through the star field and have proven that their paths are cyclical, without proper instrumentation it is pointless to continue. My general theory concerning the nature of the fissure has remained unaltered since it first appeared. It seems that the fabric of this age has been breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between the discrete but overlapping spaces, much like a link. But the apparent physical contradictions surrounding this juncture defy logical reason. The great column of wind that was formed when the fissure first appeared suggests a vacuum as one might expect in space, yet my early experimentations revealed the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atris and Catherine threw themselves into the void is further evidence that it might be safe to travel, but without knowing its true nature, I cannot take the risk myself. It is also difficult to say what would happen if I were to reopen it after so long, but it is likely that the results would be catastrophic, given the changes that have occurred to this age since that time. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed, 83-210. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of this system. I believe the construction to have been true to the Dunny designs of my memory. Another example of the superiority of the Dunny technology. It's ironic that Atris and Catherine unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. The steam power, yeah. We saw those earlier. As with many of my views over the years, my thoughts regarding the origin of the fissure have changed. I have recently begun to wonder whether it was actually an unexpected byproduct of the changes Catherine and Atris wrote into this age during their escape. Certainly, by casting their linking book into the void, they trapped me here quite effectively, but I do not believe that Atris intended the book to be lost in this manner. Much better to destroy it than to risk the possibility of its falling into unknown hands. Haha. Also, had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they would surely have thought that the vacuum it created would eventually consume the atmosphere of this planet, a fate which Catherine undoubtedly would have deemed unacceptable for her home world. Her home world? Okay. If I had not been there to supervise the construction of the seal, this is most certainly what would have happened, for the villagers were far too frightened to even approach the vortex without my urging. I hold on to the belief that it was an unintended consequence of their writing for another reason as well. I prefer to think that my son had meant for this age to be merely a prison for me, rather than a death sentence. The construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. It is interesting to see how easily I've been able to adapt the the Dani technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. In some ways, the similarities between the two cultures was striking. I wonder if perhaps there had been communication or commerce between the two cultures in earlier times. Maybe Keda's people were even descendants of the Dani. It pleases me to think so. Note, it's possible that if I were somehow able to supply the books with a power source of sufficient magnitude, I could suppress the variance enough to facilitate a solid link. It is doubtful that the geothermal cap generators could provide such an enormous surge. Perhaps I could adapt the fire marbles. Fire marbles? I have been cataloging the natural elements of this age for nearly 30 years now, yet still I continue to find evidence of the Dani's preoccupation with 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that the number 5 had a special significance to the Dani society. From the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners, it was ubiquitous. Its presence here is obviously a direct reflection of the minds that designed the texts that I used to compose this age. Further proof that through their art, the Dani masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely building links to pre-existing worlds. While most of my constructions have been based on Dani designs, I see now that the ones that I have imbued with the power of 5 are clearly the most beautiful, the most perfect, and, I believe, the most structurally sound. I am still attempting to determine how the Dani color symbology reflects their superior design principle. Although superficially it is based on a six color system, I am confirmed that there has to be a deeper connection to 5. I will continue to investigate. And yeah, we've seen these kind of pseudo eye designs before. I finally made a breakthrough. I have succeeded in modifying the fire marbles to generate enough power to hold a descriptive linking book in a stable matrix. I have linked to a new world. It is a harsh and desolate age, but is nonetheless well suited for my purposes. So I have designated it my... Based off of that is... The numbers there are 9 and 8. Okay. But by studying it closely, I believe I will eventually be able to create a more appropriate age for us to resettle on. For now, I will build an office and set up my living quarters there in order that I may conduct my experiments in safety and without distraction. I must admit that I am proud of my work. To think that in such primitive conditions I have accomplished in 29 years what it took the original Dani centuries to achieve. Note, repair outerwear for work on this world. Repair outerwear for work on this world. The goggles may need to be redesigned altogether. I have begun construction on a series of link sites for each island that will connect Riven to my new office on 9/8. The Survey Guild has finally completed the site location for each island. According to my exact specifications, and installation of the domes is underway at last. Work on the central power source got off to a bit of a bad start, I'm afraid, but the pace has picked up considerably since then, and I anticipate no further delays. I'm looking forward to finally having a civilized mode of transportation. Due to the rebels' continued disturbances, I have decided to install a coded access system into all of the domes. That is different than my notes. Okay. Let me write this down here. So that's 3. I believe that second one is 12. That one is 13. That one I see in my notes, 24. And I'm going to guess that last one is 30. Nothing else would make sense at this point. And the fact that that number is different makes me think that this sequence is randomized per playthrough. Because in my notes, I have it as 8, 13, 14, 18, 24, which was the code I tried to use on that dome and it didn't work. I caught one of my assistants looking over this journal today. I'm glad I've chosen to write it in a language that they cannot decipher. Note, discuss security with each guildmaster. No problems expected from the maintainers, educators, and surveyors. Question the bookmakers and builders more closely. Today I heard several more reports of spirit sightings by some of the villagers. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or the Black Moiety? I don't know. As the villagers obstinately insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics and have renewed their campaign to intimidate the villagers into joining them, playing upon their shared superstitions. The villagers are certainly susceptible to this form of coercion, especially given of late the rebels' increasing acts of vandalism and theft. I apologize, I'm just skipping around to see if there's any more relevant information here. Finish writing the blank age. What number would that be? I'm gonna say, yeah, that's 9 and 9. 99th, 98th, I guess, that makes sense. Repairing the damage to the 5th age. Yeah, that's what Atris is doing. And if you want to read farther, you can just pause the video at the appropriate times. The crystal that somehow powers these flawed linking books. Okay, that's everything. Okay. So, I have dome access. That's good, I think. So, what do we have over this way? Oh. It's another one of these transports. Alright, let's see what we got going here. And I think if you hadn't experimented with the with that one little hangman game in the school, you would probably have no idea what the heck these numbers are. Although some of these I'm figuring it out through process of elimination. Like the symbol for 20 by itself is not something I had ever seen, but just seeing the one for 24, it's making me There's another door over there. But let's see what we got over this way. Aha. There is something down there. Though whether or not there's something I can do with that is another issue altogether. Okay. How do I operate this thing? Oh, there it is. Not quite pixel hunting, but it definitely blended in a bit. See, I don't necessarily know what the heck all this does. I definitely don't know what the significance of all this is. Like, is there... Oh. Huh. I didn't realize things continued. Did I just fluke my way into opening that? Oh my goodness. That's freaky weird. Okay. Is there anything in here? Well, clearly this is because I selected the one from outside, but I have no idea what the significance of this is. Weird things are afoot here. And I don't know how it all fits together. But, dome access. Alright. 30. 24. Wait. Oh, so I guess that would have to be 25 then. Since that's as high as it goes. Okay. 13, 12, and 3. Oh. Wrong one. I had it on 18 and 19 instead. Ha-ha! Oh my! It's 98. But I can't get into it right now. Okay! This is rather interesting. There's a book in there, but it's not a place that I can go to. I wonder. It's unfortunate that this whole process takes as long as it does, but there has to be something to this. I just don't know what. There's that. Heck if I know what it does, what it's for. But that's a thing. Oh! Well, thank you! Ah. And I can see the whatever it is active there. That's neat. Still have no idea how it relates to anything else, but... Not to mention, there's that, which I still don't know how to get to. 'Cause I don't see a switch or a button or anything nearby. Okay then. But one thought. If I spin this around, will I have access to that other side? Will it actually close the door on me? Yes, I can leave. Okay. What is this? Oh my. I don't remember this at all. Oh wow! Where is this going to take me? Especially since it's rotating along with sending me downward. Oh my. Why does this feel like a really bad idea just to be wandering around in here? Just to make sure, okay, there isn't any other Oh! I'm encountering people again, and they want nothing to do with me. Who is that? They're beating a hasty retreat, if nothing else. Huh. Something tells me trying to give chase won't do me any good, so let's see what we've got here. So I had notes about these eye symbols and the various colors. Now I know why. That's orange. Hello? Giant fish with tusks? I apologize for attracting your attention. I didn't mean to. And that one is inactive. What does this other lever do? Oh, there's somebody. Don't know who. Huh. Well, this is definitely something. Thank you, Magic Lightning Bolt, for making this process a lot easier. Okay, let's see. Let's call the transport back and see where that goes. Now, whoever was in there is no doubt long gone. this is a different one than the one that I had taken before. Let me just... Okay, so doesn't appear to be anything else on the other side, from what I can tell. Yeah, there's nothing else over there. Alright. Alright. Onward to my doom! Didn't see anything on the right side. Yeah, there's nothing over there. Oh, and there's the call button for the thing. Oh! Oh! I see. That leads me back to here. Well, I'm back here again. Though, heck if I know where I'm supposed to go at this point. So I don't think the eye design on the front is any different between each one. So now I'm wondering if there's something on the other side. It's worth checking for at least. No, it doesn't appear to be. Well, this is certainly an interesting thing. Just certainly got some good information gathered. Though I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing with it just yet. Oh boy, I think this is where I'm supposed to be starting to put things together, but I'm not sure how just yet. So, I guess join me next time when I see what else I can do at this point. So, until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice day.